Okay. Welcome to the Town of Runcible Board meeting for Thursday, May 16th, 2024. I'm filling in for Anna while she's out as the chair. I'll now call the meeting to order. First thing is reviewing the minutes from the May 2nd. Everybody ready to review them? Any comments, questions, concerns?
I have to abstain.
I'll now accept the motion to accept the minutes of the May 2nd meeting.
I make a motion to second minutes.
Motion by Dorothea, second by Brad. Any opposed? Motion carried. So we're gonna skip Miranda and go to the Chase subdivision. So where are we at?
Yeah, we have to see, make sure all the
So
survey.
yeah, you wanna come up here and give us the rundown?
Since I've seen you guys last, obviously, you know, I'm Brad Chase, but I'm representing I'm here on behalf of Dominic Kimler and Elena Immercola. And we requested 2 copies of the survey, which was completed. These guys were phenomenal. So here is the survey map. I'm not sure what you want me to do with it. If you want me to just leave it here, you guys.
Split it up, maybe one of them.
I have 2, there's 2 copies, so I can
Yeah, you can go through, we have to go through the secret.
do this. How about that? And one that way. And we had submitted a proposed lot line. The only difference on that map is the fact that here, and I explained to them that we were a little too close, so they made this 60 feet, it was more like 30 feet, give or take on the sketch plan. So now they're 60 feet at the smallest point here, still giving them 307 plus for that end of the road. That's the only thing that's different, other than it is actually to scale.
Well, let's just go through, make sure all this is done. Yeah. So I think we did this last time, we're gonna close. So I'll just read it. Now, speaking for Dom here, we'll just go over the map, make sure it meets our requirements. I'll just read out what we're looking for. The existing and proposed property lines. I think that's what was added this time, right? The proposed lot
Yes,
line.
everything is the proposed house, the sewer, everything is on this, though there is an existing well on the property
Mhm.
that would make lot 2 or 1, whichever you want to say. And that is actually on the survey.
Good. So the name and the address of the owner, proof that property taxes were paid. Did we get that? Just check the file on that.
Did I submit a copy?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I think
I'm just reading through our list.
yeah, no, I got
Sure
you.
what-
I got you, Andrew. I'm pretty sure I submitted that.
Sounds familiar. And existing adjacent streets, I think that's on there. Yeah, Fox Creek.
Yep, would be 352 Fox Creek Road and County Route 360 are the only 2 roads.
Existing and proposed structures, that was added there.
Yep.
Contour lines, yeah, nice and filled up.
There's contour lines, but they don't seem to have like labels on them, do they have to?
Is there a
Well,
scale or is it?
It's not a topographical map, that is, you know, a topographical map in the town you can see. But these contour lines are just above the land. So if you wanted to know like the elevation, you could go to the county or the town map and it'll give you a topographical actual elevation.
But those meet our
But
requirements.
yes, these are every
Yeah.
20 feet is what is
Yeah,
required.
exactly.
Okay, good, thanks.
So you can see it's a hill. It's like this, so that's why there's so many on there. It's not flat by any means.
Location of proposed and existing wells, that's on there.
Yes, that would be over here. This is the
This is
existing
here.
house, right, so this is just a breakdown of this
Right.
house location. And then if you look over here, here's the proposed house location for a new home. Here's the proposed septic location, and the well is actually existing.
This house stays though, right?
Correct. Yep.
And any boundary lines or zoning district changes? I don't think. there's any.
No, AA, ARR.
Oh, is that?
So is there anything else, any comments on the map? I think we,
No, I was just asking where.
And as you can see now on the survey, just wanted to point it out because I had a question.
Yeah.
With the stone wall, so these little circles here represent the existing stone walls.
Yeah.
So we tried to do everything with existing stone walls. This is a stone wall, but they kind of had to make a line somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
The only place that does not have a stone wall would be
Yeah, that's what I
one end, somewhere in here. This is a
well,
stone
we
wall.
got parts.
I'm not the last, not.
So this is kind of, but he has beehives and stuff up here that he did not want in Maple Grove, or I'm sorry, apple trees. Exactly, especially because, like, I live right across the street, so all these stone walls, they, but at one point in time, they kept going, and there's actually 3 here, or 4. And they keep going right across my property. But yeah, some of these are like at a weird angle, why they might have just did it for traveling animals, who knows? But these are great lot lines, these will go back till the 1700s, you can find them on the map. As well as these. And of course, that's a road now, but back in the day, I'm sure there was a stone wall there at some point in time.
Brad, I'm just, how come, I'm just curious,
Yep.
just from my,
Yeah.
how come this wasn't divided like just in a square instead of
Because
with the wall?
Dorothy, this slope is like this.
Oh,
It's very, very steep. This is almost unbuildable, except for maybe 50 feet here, which I don't think would even
yeah,
make a setback. You would have to dig into the hill to get any size, any kind of a sizable house with a driveway.
right,
Unless you put it right on the road, because it literally has about 50 feet and then it goes straight up on an incline.
yeah,
And like I was explaining, here, there's an apple, like a grove in here,
uh-huh,
and he has beehives here, which he didn't really want to disrupt. He's had them for 25 years.
oh,
So rather than, so this, there's like a partial stone wall here, here.
yeah. I was just.
So he
curious.
just kind of wanted to make it so that he kept where his beehives were on top of that hill. And this, like I said, this is it's pretty steep, it's unbuildable. So that's why, and originally when I talked to him about it, I said, it looks a little funky, but to me, it makes sense because I know what he wants to preserve
Yeah, to see it.
and keep.
Yeah, do that.
Because like I said, this is basically really unbuildable. Because it's so steep. And obviously, not obviously, but once you go past the house, then the hill goes the other way. You know?
Right,
So it's like that, both sides. Not as steep. This is actually, this is old cow pasture and this, most of this still gets mowed, hay.
So,
So,
seems like all our criteria is satisfied on the map.
looks good to me.
very happy. Okay, now I'll accept the motion to classify this as an unlisted action and designate the town of Rensselaerville Planning Board as the lead agency.
Make motion.
Motion by Carol,
Second,
second by Dorothea. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next, we will review part 2 of the seeker.
All right, so I'll read the prongs and then I'll assume no or small impact, but other option, moderate to large. If anyone has any comments, just stop me and we'll discuss. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation? Will the action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? Will the action impair the character or quality of the existing community? Will the action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? Will the action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? Will the action cause an increase in the use of energy and fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? Will the action impact existing public or private water supplies and public or private wastewater treatment utilities? Will the action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? Will the action result in an adverse change to natural resources?
No.
Will the action result in an increase in the potential flooding or drainage problems? And will the action create an environmental hazard or a hazard to environmental resources or human health? So if everyone agrees with all of those, we've gone with no or small impact may occur due to the action, and based upon that, it would be appropriate for a motion for a negative determination of significance at this time.
Make a motion.
Motion by Brett,
Second.
second by Carol. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So now we can probably schedule a public hearing.
Just gotta go to the planning board. I don't know what the dates are for that.
I have them.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, give me 1 second. So, county planning board's next meeting is on 6/10/24. And then 6/20/24.
Now, when are our next meetings?
June, right?
June, yeah,
That would be
June.
the 6th.
And then your next meeting would be on the 6th, I believe.
When did you say Albany County was?
6/10,
Yeah, so
and then
we,
they had one on the 20th, which is a Thursday. They must have like another meeting in between, which I think it's on a
So it'd be
Monday.
the last meeting of June. I mean, it's-
yeah, we shouldn't,
Schedule this public hearing?
it wouldn't make sense to do your public hearing before the county meeting, just because we couldn't do anything yet.
Right,
So, looks like we would be June 20th was the first potential date.
We're talking about public hearing?
Yes. As long as that
now
works.
when will this get submitted, Amanda? To the county? Because they have 30 days to reply. I know that.
Yeah.
I know how it does.
Yeah, I was like,
Because so the dates don't even match. I don't know why they had a meeting in the beginning and then the same as most towns on the third Thursday.
It's inconvenient.
It's
I'll
very
say that.
inconvenient because it doesn't make sense and it's really, technically, they have no,
Albany County only meets once a month.
not according to the internet, but
They're online?
Yeah.
I'll go double check really quick.
Yep.
But
the
I,
10th was their next meeting and the 20th was the second meeting of the month. Now, they may just do like a pre-meeting. I don't know what it is.
okay.
They don't give you like an agenda. But I did
what
look it
meeting
up.
would his expectations?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, so it
So
doesn't
then
make
that-
sense, because now we
because
fall
you have
into the
30
same thing that happened with
days
me,
and
now
push
you're
you.
60 days out,
Because they
which
have,
is wrong, because they only have 30 days to respond.
Yeah, okay.
So it just makes it unfair to any
Yeah.
person living in this town.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
resides on or near
The
a
county.
park, a county highway, or anything like that.
That's
So
most.
then it pushes you 60 days out, which is very unfair. That's why I wrote all this stuff down, because I'm like, now let's see what Andrew says about this.
The only technical thing is when they accept the or when they receive the referral, they say it's not until they cut off that intake for whenever they stop accepting it. And I think that's like the day before their meeting. So
Gotcha.
they try to maximize the time.
No, I get that. But as far as our town goes, then it's like 60, 50, 60 days out, you know? So now,
The
I'm looking
practical
at-
effect.
so practically, I'm looking at,
June 20th.
no, not even, because that's their meeting. So then I gotta wait till July for your meeting
Yes,
to have my public hearing.
hopefully for.
Then I gotta wait,
Ideally, it would
Right?
just be the public hearing,
oh yeah,
but.
as it
um,
seems everybody's on the same page, and, you know, which is good.
The county did meet on the project today and got the results back to us the same day.
Gotcha. But
Hopefully.
you know what I'm saying? So now I'm into July,
Yeah.
that's another 30 days.
They
I get
do
what
only
you're
meet
saying.
once a month. That first date there is the deadline for
Oh, okay,
submissions.
okay,
So their next meeting is June 20th.
okay. It didn't say that exactly when I was reading it.
Yeah,
but-
no,
But that date was on there. That's what I wrote down.
So yeah, he really can't come then, or public hearing can't be till July
July.
I think,
4th, which we won't have a meeting.
I think we should do it for June 20th,
What contingency? Oh, see if it comes through.
because like they did for.
she's very good about it. Like if I ask her to get
Yeah.
the response
I mean,
back to
I-
me.
I'm on the zoning board. I've never had them kick something back. Have we ever that
Right.
says,
Either way, there'd be
Says,
contingency.
oh
at the
yeah, no,
worst.
we don't want you to do that kind of thing. So I know how it works, but it just, I went through this with the wrong board when I subdivided my property back in 98. And it took me 3 months.
Was I on it then?
No, you were not. Just to get my property. I'm like, all I want to do is get my property and build on it. So now I'm into the winter time and it sucked, to be honest with you.
Okay,
So you tell me, so the public hearing is on what day?
so June 20th.
The 20th,
We'll do the
okay.
meeting the same day,
Okay,
hoping to have results. If not, it'll be
then it's gonna have to be,
contingent. or-
public hearing, 6:20. At 7:00.
Okay, so at this time, I'll accept the motion to schedule the public hearing for June 20th, 2024 at 7 PM.
Motion's made.
Motion by Carol,
Second.
second by Dorothea. All, any opposed? All in favor? Motion carries.
I would say get all those final maps for that meeting. Like I think,
My
Well,
letter?
they're
Yeah.
signed.
Yep, okay. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that these were acceptable. I asked for 2, and then we'll have whatever you need for the next one. So
Perfect.
you need a Mylar?
2 Mylars.
2
I know
Mylars.
it's on our application.
Yeah, 2
somewhere.
Mylars, I can't remember.
And like 5 papers.
Something like that. And I'll look it up.
You can bring as many as you want,
Right. And,
just a minimum.
paper copies. You want to put them together, Brad, or? Well, you'd rather both go inside.
You can keep them and we
You don't
can use
want
them as
those?
the final.
Oh, okay, you just wanted to review.
Yeah, but
Oh,
those
okay.
will get turned in.
They're gonna get turned in, but so
Yeah.
that's 2 less that I would need.
Exactly.
Okay, that works. Thank you so much.
So, when we move on to the next matter, yeah, I guess so.
Fair enough, I'll see you on the 20th.
All right, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
Appreciate it.
And you'll get all the butters from Amanda.
Brad, I'll look
Yep.
over the list. I'll make sure it's okay. Just behind
Yep, the
that.
one that I gave you
Yep.
for the, yep.
Yep.
It
and
should
then,
be all inclusive, but you
yeah.
can double check it.
I will, because I have to. And then I will draft up the notice for you. and
Perfect.
Email it to you.
Yep, email it to me.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck, guys. Have a good night. See you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
So next item on the agenda is the Pearson subdivision. All right,
It's about his family trust, so
Hi there.
Andrew's our man for this.
yeah, you were gonna decide if we needed to survey all of half.
Well, I did look Was this map ever filed? We couldn't find it on the county. That became the issue.
I have no idea, it's 1974.
Yeah, we couldn't find any filed map. So again, what's being subdivided?
We go on the tax map. This
Yeah,
is the whole
across
piece.
the road.
Across the road, so the road is right here, and this is the corner parcel here,
Mm-hmm.
so just like that. So there's a great lot line, that's a great lot line, stone wall, and this piece here, somebody else owns, that's a stone wall, and then that's the road.
Yeah, so I talked to the chair about this, and it does need to be updated in some way, just so we can see what's going on. Because it's been the planning board's precedent, all subdivisions require a new survey. This one is from the 70s. It's just a bit too old for reliance on, because this map would get filed, and we just don't know about it. I mean, we're talking 50 years.
Okay? I mean, it was a survey map of, I mean, land doesn't change, but
I know, and it's been the precedent where people have had to get updated maps if they're over 10, and the board can't really break from it.
okay,
It's unfortunate, especially in this situation where it is a clean line.
right, this here is not, but this side of the road is, that's why I was.
Right, and I get that,
Have a good night, guys.
but I don't think it, and I'm not a surveyor, honestly, but if they're just going around the perimeter and confirming what's there, I don't think it's that.
Well, they have to do, these are different, this is a different owner, so they have to do, you know, to get around the perimeter, they've gotta go like this.
About 20 grams worth. Could we, is it can decide that all of them needed to be surveyed or just the new property for the subdivision?
Well, I wanted just to do the piece across the street,
Right,
you know.
so is the survey gonna be just the piece across the street or everything?
No, he said.
That's what we were talking
He's saying the
about
whole
before.
thing, and I just wanna do this side, it's for my daughter, okay?
Mhm.
And he's buying it from her grandmother, which her great-grandfather owned it. So I just was buying this piece, she wants to buy this piece, and I just didn't wanna, you know, go from 6,000 to 16, 17,000 for a survey, that's,
And I do get the considerations, but the only issue is we would have to be filing the whole map at one point, and the map was never filed, so we would be essentially stamping off on this map without really knowing about it. I mean, I know it was surveyed at one point,
it's by my father.
I know. But if that could be updated, that would just meet all our requirements and it wouldn't be an issue.
So, you know, you want the whole thing surveyed.
I think that's where we're at on it, unfortunately. It's like the project that was on before you, I think Carmichael one. She was doing a similar situation and the board made her do the whole thing.
Okay.
Sorry that's how it's-
Yeah, maybe out of there.
Sorry how it's shaking out, but if anything changes, I recommend talk to the building inspector about seeing what can be done. And then feel free to come back to us, see what you got, and we can take it from there.
Okay. I just kind of.
Sorry it's not better news. I obviously get the practical considerations of it.
Okay, thank you.
So the last one we got's Naringa.
Is he coming or he's not coming?
I called him. I just wanted to make sure. And he's not here. It didn't seem like he didn't tell me if he was here or not. But I asked, if he wanted us to vote on it today. He said yes. I said maybe if you send me something in writing, something could be done about that. I'll pass it to Andrew and see.
Yeah, we can act on it even if he's not here because we don't need anything from him.
Right.
And we do have a written correspondence saying, go ahead and vote, essentially. By FaceTime, but I don't think that's necessary. You can watch online.
Yeah. We can call him, whatever he said. He just can't be here and he won't be here again until I think our last meeting in June, maybe.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to wait for it.
Really, all we were waiting on was the county.
Yeah, and we got that back today. They gave 2 suggestions of approval to include in our conditional approval. So,
Do they have a copy of it?
does everyone have a copy?
Conditions of?
I'll just read it then. So, Albany County recommended we modify local approval to include review by the Albany County Department of Health for the proposed septic on Lot 2 and any other necessary permits. And a shared access agreement should be referenced in the deeds for both parcels. And that's talking about that easement that he's essentially subdividing around, the whole thing that caused this. And that's required, but they want us to put it as a condition of approval, so it sounds fine to me. And it's not a big lift. These are things you would have had to do anyway. So I think it would be appropriate to accept a motion for approval contingent upon the conditions identified by the Albany County Planning Board.
Motion by Brett. Second. Second by Carol. All in favor?
Yeah. Yeah, he's done. So I'll get the resolution drafted up, sign it,
We got 62 days.
and we can extend that. People talk to us beforehand, Maranga. In case he's listening.
Oh. Yeah, that's 62 days doesn't start from today. It starts from when Anna signs them, correct?
Right.
Or in this case, it would be Dom who has to sign, right?
You can sign it tonight. We could also wait if he's not.
I think we should wait
Yeah.
to sign
If he's
them
not physically in
for
New
when
York,
he's here, yeah.
How do those conditions get followed up? Is that,
Well, when he goes to file the maps with the county, he gets the deed back, and we would see on the deed that this is included in there. And then you have to get the septic approval and other necessary him to get COs and everything.
okay,
So there are some checks and
Checks and balances,
balances, yeah, we're all balanced.
Perfect. Well, that appears to be everything on the agenda. I will accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Dorothea? Second. Second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion